Look, I don't want to be here. I just want to go back to my life. Fine. Fine, I'll talk about it. If you won't let me out until I do, fine, we'll talk. What do you want to know? You want to know how I felt when he broke in? Okay. We can talk about that. The glass shattered. The door banged against the wall. I thought maybe the wind had blown a tree down, and I raced towards the sound. I saw the glass. I saw the door banged against the wall again. Then I felt his hand around my throat. And the gun came up against the side of my head. And he whispered in my ear, "Shh. I didn't scream. I didn't struggle. I let him tie me up, and I let him put the bag over my head, okay? And I went with him. I went. He put me in a hole. Is that what you want to know? Do you want to know about the hole? And living in there for months? You'll never understand. How can you possibly? Fine. I'll tell you anyway about the hole. Yes, I went back there. Okay, that's why I'm here. I went back to the hole. You think I'm insane, don't you, for going back there? That I'm crazy? Why would I want to go back to a place where I spent months being starved, right? Beaten. Raped. He didn't rape me. I know you think he did, but he didn't. It was so cold. I can't talk about it. You don't deserve to know. Just because you have some degree on your wall, how does that make you qualified? You got that in school. You got that in a safe, warm classroom, studying at your books and your computer. You have no idea what I went through. No idea. You don't understand him either. Don't say that. What can I do? I just want out of here, okay? I want you to leave me alone. I want everybody to leave me alone. Okay. We'll talk. So, yeah, he put me in a hole in the ground. Sometimes he fed me. Sometimes he didn't. There wasn't always water. And when it would rain, I would put my face underneath the hole and I would lift it up to the sky and water would come down. And it was so amazing. It felt so good. And the dirt would wash away in the rain and it would become muddy. And it would taste so good. You don't know what water is until you're dying of thirst. You don't know what it's like to taste something until you're starving to death. I was truly alive. I've never been so alive in my whole life as I was in that hole. You think I was in prison. You think that he did something wrong. That's not what it was. God. Do you know why I went back there? It's not because I'm afraid of this world. It's, It's, because that one is better. It's 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 You'll never understand. You wake up. You breathe in, you breathe out, you don't even notice how precious that is. You go to work, you sit at your desk, you type, right? You listen to people. You never really hear them. I remember being in my hole and just aching for the sound of another human voice. He never did talk to me. He made love to me, but he never talked to me. He fed me. It was the most delicious food I'd ever tasted. I think it had been 30 days or 40 days before he fed me. It was a long time. I was so hungry. The food tasted like heaven. So amazing. And water. He watered me after 3 days. And like a plant that had wilted, I just suddenly sprang again into new life, into new being. Yeah, it hurt. Yes, I suffered. Yes, it was torture. But it was also heaven. It was heaven and it was hell. And it was beautiful and it was amazing. How can I expect you to understand that? You've lived a safe, warm life. You don't know what it's like to be so cold. Your bones shake inside your flesh. You think that he turned me into some type of wild animal because I attacked them. People who came for me. Wouldn't you? If somebody tried to take you from the first place you'd ever been truly alive, tried to rip that away from you and make you dead again, make you like one of them, one of the walking dead, wouldn't you attack them? First time he touched me, I wanted to spit at him. I wanted to bite him. And I did. But no matter what I did, he was always patient. Yeah, he'd hit me. But there was never any real serious danger. He knew what he was doing. He knew. It was all safe. It was always safe with him. More safe than I've ever been. There was more pain. But I was one of those people who was always afraid to step outside because I might get hit by a car. I was one of those people who worried about spiders and about mosquitoes, and I wore my sunscreen, and I put on my bug repellent, and I wore a hat and sunglasses. And did all the things in the world to protect myself, never knowing why. Why life was so precious. Why it was worth it to do those things. He taught me that. He taught me the most beautiful thing in life, just to be able to breathe. You don't know what breathing is until you're gasping for air with somebody's hands around your throat, never knowing if you're going to be able to breathe again. Your lungs burning, your throat aching. Then suddenly, that release. The cool air fills your lungs and you just feel so free. First time he kissed me was after he choked me. I took that gulp of breath in and I let it out. And he whispered, "Now you know what it is to breathe." He didn't have to say it. I just felt it. I felt that's what he was saying. And then he kissed me. So soft, like a butterfly's wing. You don't seem to understand it still, do you? You look at me in confusion. I guess you can't help it. Your world is so small and tiny. You have no idea what it is to live. Everything of you for your life is alarm clocks and schedules and planning and bills and money. You don't know who you are. You don't know that you're an animal, wild and crazy and untamed. That you will do anything to survive. You don't know who you are. I know who I am. He gave me that. He gave me the gift of myself. I'd never really known before what I was. Always trapped inside the do this, do that, don't say this, don't say that. I'm an animal. I am flesh, I am blood, I am bones. And someday I'll die. But until then, I'll breathe and remember what it's like to take my first breath after being minutes without oxygen. I'll remember what it is to look up at the sky praying for rain on rainy days. And the rain coming down and touching my tortured tongue and my dry, cracked, bleeding lips. Soft, wet, cold drops, washing away the dirt, the fear, the pain. You'll never know what rain truly is. Never. Until you're dying of thirst. You'll never know what it's like to taste something until you're dying of hunger. You won't understand any of this. Not for a very long time. I pity you. I'm really sorry. I can't help you the way that he helped me. I'm not strong like he is. Your cries would get to me, and I would show you mercy. I don't think I could show you what he showed me. That fierce, incredible passion. I feel bad for you. I wish you hadn't killed him. Then he could show you himself what it's like to be alive, what it means. Why you should wear sunscreen. Why you should go to work. Why live. What is so great about living? He taught me all of that. Is there anything else you want to know? I want to know about the sex. You can call it rape, but it wasn't. He would hold me as I shook with the freezing cold and the wet. And my clothes had no longer existed. He'd shredded around me, decayed around me. I was only wearing a loose nightgown when he took me. They had long since fallen to ribbons. I was dirty. I hadn't showered in months, weeks, I don't know. And I was cold. He sat down beside me. He didn't say anything. And I crawled into his lap for warmth. Don't look at me like that. You'll never be that cold. You'll never know what it's like. I was covered in mud and covered in dirt. I didn't think I was beautiful. I didn't think anyone in that state could be beautiful to somebody. But the way he touched my face told me I was. The way he kissed my forehead, my brow, told me I was beautiful to him then. Without any makeup, without any hair products, I was beautiful. You don't get it. You know what it's like maybe to wake up without makeup and hair products. But you know what it is to wake up having been starved, not showering for weeks, and then have somebody look at you like you're the most beautiful person in the world. He did. You'll never know that. I kissed him back. I took the initiative. I seduced him. I wanted him. He was so lonely. The pain in his eyes, being the only really alive person on the planet can do that, you know? And I look at you and you're so dead. He was so alone. You know, it's funny, we walk around every single day and we pass by people, never really seeing them, seeing their eyes, their faces, what they're feeling. But he saw me. I think that's why he took me. He knew how truly pathetic my life was. He showed me a better, different way. He brought out the animal inside, a part of me that basked in the sunlight, danced in the rain, breathed, every breath precious. He taught me to love the rain. He taught me to love the sunlight. He taught me to love life and living. And yeah, he tied me up. Yes, he hurt me, but only when I deserved it. Only when I tried to leave him. No, you think that solves it. You think that's my problem, some type of anchoring. He taught me. He brought me to life.